So what's the plan for this week now that it's fight week pretty much. It's
Yeah.
late Saturday, this will be up by tomorrow, Sunday.
I mean, all the hard work's done, brother. Like I said, I did my last hard session today. I mean, I went so hard I couldn't even get off my couch to fucking walk, man. I almost had to hit you back and say, bro, I can't do this today. But I conjured up the energy, man. So I was like, all right, good. We're back. We're back at the high energy level, man. So I was like, it just, it gets all this stuff leading up to the fight, the interviews, the talks, but I don't really give myself anxiety no more, because one thing that I stress, especially in this training camp more than others, which I did before, was my meditation. I use a guided Headspace meditation app to where I lock in on that shit every day, man. So when I start going into the future or to the past, I just stop, because those things don't exist. Yes, we can prepare for the future, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Why even worry about what Matt's going to do or what he's saying or, what's going to happen May 2nd? I just got to make sure that I've done everything in my power to make sure that whatever he's thinking or whatever he's saying or whatever he said doesn't come into fruition. And it won't.
I do have one more thing that I thought of before we wrap up. One, I'm going to ask you give you your final words on this fight for Matt Guyman. But before that, as it's a pavilion, comparison to fighting in an arena or a stadium, in an enclosed where there's air conditioning the whole nine. We're talking about May in Florida. Does that have an impact to you?
Nope. Because I'd way rather be warm and hot than fucking in a back room at a hotel, cold as fuck in the back room, warming up. Because I never get a real good warm up. And that's one thing we're going to change this fight camp too. Or this fight, I should say, is, I'm going to have a nice warm, because I like to be warm. Now, for you guys watching the fight, sorry. But you know what? I was at the venue last night for a boxing event, and they have huge-ass fans in there on the ceiling. It was very cool and calm, and it was not muggy and hot. And I don't think that's going to change in 1 week. So, it was actually very nice, man. It was actually very nice, man. And like I say, bro, like I'd rather be warming up in the heat than, trying to get fucking warm in a cold room.